Stephen, Celtic hosting Newcastle at Paradise in July. How exciting are these type of games for the players and the supporters during pre-season?
Really good games, really exciting times. For the players, you want to play against real top quality opposition, so it's going to be a really difficult game, and again it gets the players and it gets the staff really honed in and focused in for the start of the season, which is important, and again for both sets of fans you want it to be as competitive a game as you possibly can have. Newcastle always bring really good travelling support, so when you add that to the support that we will obviously have in the match day, it'll make a really good occasion hopefully.
You have to go back to the mid-2000s to find the last time the sides met, but one of those games was Alan Shearer's testimonial at St James's Park 2006. What do you remember about that occasion, Stephen, and the connection between the two clubs for that time?
We were actually talking about it earlier on, just walking up, and it's a game that actually for a testimonial it stays in my mind pretty clearly, so brilliant occasion, and again it was made by the Newcastle fans. It was a tremendous occasion, really good game, really competitive game. It never felt like a kind of a testimonial game. It felt like a competitive game, which it was, and again that was just down to the level of both players in each team. So it was great atmosphere. Unfortunately I'm pretty sure we lost in that game, but it was a brilliant occasion, and again wonderful night for somebody like Alan Shearer.
With Brendan Rodgers, Stephen, he's already shaping his squad for another European campaign. How important are these type of fixtures with Newcastle United, high quality side, with the Champions League coming up? How important is that to test yourself in pre-season against that type of side?
Yeah, really important. And like I say, you want to test yourself against real high level quality opposition. Newcastle coming will give us that level of opposition. Loads of top young players, top experienced players, so it's going to be a really good challenge. But again, it's a game that you want to then test yourself so that you can see the level of opposition that you're going to face throughout the season, and then hopefully within the Champions League. Newcastle had a really successful year last year winning the Carabao Cup, so it's going to be a really good challenge. And again, your pre-season games, you want them to be competitive, you want them to feel as if it's a proper game before both managers, I've no doubt, will make certain substitutions. So when you play against the level of opposition like Newcastle, you know it's going to be a really tough game. And again, it's going to be a great experience for the fans as well. Both sets of fans will travel well, and they'll come in the numbers, so it makes it a really good occasion.
The game will be the first chance Celtic fans will get to see the return of Kieran Tierney here in Paradise, another academy graduate. He's a great inspiration to the young players. Stephen, what's your reaction to Kieran making his return to the club?
It's a brilliant sign. It's a real high level quality really high level sign for the football club to make. I think I touched on it earlier in the press conference, where with Kieran coming back, you look at his age, you look at his stage he's at in his career, his best years are certainly still ahead of him. So it's not as if Kieran's coming back and he's going to play for a couple of years and then that's going to be him. He's going to come back, he's going to add value to the team, he's going to then stamp his personality back within the full football club as what he did the first time. So wonderful player, brilliant personality to have throughout the football club, and again I've no doubt he'll be desperate for success, the same as he had the first time around.
Newcastle, they've had a great season, winning the League Cup and qualification for the Champions League. How would you reflect on Celtic's campaign, double winners, and of course progressing in the Champions League? How do you look back on it,
Another
Stephen?
massive successful season. It's when you look at it, it's not easy to win trophies. It's certainly not easy to win trophies here. Over the last few years, the club have made it look that way, but it certainly isn't. Anybody that's been involved in the football club and you've been involved in football, you know how hard you need to work on a daily basis just to get these trophies over the line. So again, you've done the double, which was tremendous, but the most important part, certainly for the club, was could we then make progression within the Champions League. And when you look at the way that the lads and the manager and the coaching staff progressed throughout the tournament, it was terrific. Even you look back to the game against Bayern Munich, obviously we didn't go through, but the performance that night it shows great strides that we've made throughout the competition, and again it's somewhere that the football club would like to get back to again for next season.
Well, Stephen, sorry for cutting you off there, but thanks for joining us.
Thank you.